Let me confess something surprising: sometimes a hug can spark more desire than a kiss. There are women who have ended relationships, betrayed partners, or become fixated on a man who never even slept with them, all because of the way he held them. A single touch, one deliberate placement of his hand, and suddenly she can't get him out of her mind. Most men hug in a way that feels friendly, safe, flat, and easy to forget. And that's exactly why there's no lingering desire. But a man who understands the psychology behind touch doesn't just wrap his arms around her, he leaves a lasting impression. He creates a feeling she can't quite define, yet can't shake. Here is what we are covering today. Why most hugs miss the mark, the biological triggers that turn a simple hug into something memorable, the specific ways touch can make her replay the moment for days, and the move that keeps you on her mind long after you have walked away. First, consider why so many hugs fall flat. Women instantly sense the difference between a man who grabs quickly and one who draws her in with calm control. When he rushes, it feels anxious, almost as if a man is worried she might slip away. But when a man pulls her in slowly and confidently, as though he is certain she will come closer, her body relaxes almost automatically. That patience doesn't just communicate confidence, it carries a silent dominance that can be deeply attractive. The psychology behind it is simple: women are highly attuned to pacing. Quick, jerky movements suggest nervousness or neediness. Slow, measured movements signal confidence, stability, and grounded masculinity. When a man takes his time closing the distance, he shows that he is comfortable in the space. He is not scrambling for approval, he is leading the moment. So instead of lunging or squeezing abruptly, guide her in. Set your hand gently, apply gentle pressure, and allow her to settle into you. When you control the rhythm, she feels comfortable. And that sense of comfort is what opens the door to desire. Slow your movements more than feels natural. Breathe more deeply than usual. When you stretch out the moment, she will compress it later, replaying it in her thoughts. But timing is not the only factor. Once she is close, where your hand rests can change everything. There is a reason a hand placed on the lower back during a hug can feel so powerful. It doesn't register as casual or platonic. It feels protective and possessive at the same time, as if you're saying, "You're safe here," while also claiming your space with confidence. Psychologically, that area is vulnerable, near her hips, less guarded. When touched with calm confidence, it taps into something instinctive. It signals strength and leadership. Many men keep their hands high on the shoulders, which reads as friendly. But those who confidently guide the lower back instantly create a different dynamic. The key is balance, firm but respectful, grounded but not invasive. That placement communicates maturity and presence. And once she feels that gentleness, it lingers. Don't sabotage the moment by ending it too quickly. A quick pat on the back followed by an abrupt release feels cold, almost dismissive. But holding her just one heartbeat longer than expected creates a subtle shift. That extra second disrupts her expectations and leaves a trace, an emotional ripple she can't quite explain, yet won't easily forget. Most people overlook this. Women are highly attuned to subtle shifts in timing. When you interrupt the usual rhythm of a moment, her body notices. If you pull away too quickly, it can feel like distance. If you hold on just a fraction longer, it feels intentional, like desire. That brief pause makes her question it. Did he want to stay close? Was there something more in that moment? Why didn't he let go immediately? It's that uncertainty that lingers. It's what transforms an ordinary hug into something unforgettable. Here's the rule: don't squeeze too tight, don't cling, and don't overwhelm. Simply remain a second longer than expected, then release with composure. That slight delay communicates unspoken interest. She will be the one replaying it, wondering why it felt different. And this leads to the next layer. When your face or breath brushes near her neck, her body reacts instinctively, before her thoughts can intervene. A hug can feel routine, until your cheek lightly grazes hers, or your breath passes softly along her neck. That subtle, almost accidental contact slips past logic. Her body responds first, a shiver, goosebumps, and a warmth that spreads before she can explain it. The neck is deeply sensitive, intimate and vulnerable, full of nerve endings tied to attraction. Many men avoid getting that close because they fear crossing boundaries. But the man who lingers near, calmly and confidently, not awkwardly, creates a tension that can stay with her long after. Here is the rule: never force it. Let proximity happen naturally as you draw her in. Keep your breathing calm. Allow your warmth to brush against her briefly, then pull away as though it were nothing. That fleeting contact is often enough to leave a lasting impression. Another mistake men make during a hug is talking too quickly. They embrace her and immediately fill the space with words, "You smell amazing," "I missed you," or a nervous joke. The moment they speak, the intensity fades. But the man who stays quiet, who simply holds her without commentary, creates a different effect. Silence makes her imagination work. Women search for meaning. When you offer no explanation, no verbal clues, she begins constructing the story herself. That silent hug, the one where he just breathed calm and said nothing, sparks questions. What was he thinking? Did he feel something? Does he want more? Why didn't he say anything? Those questions don't disappear when the hug ends. They echo throughout her day. So here's the rule: resist the urge to break the silence. Don't rush to explain the moment. Hold her. Stay gentle. Let the pause stretch naturally. When you stop trying to define what happened, she will define it for you in her own mind, again and again. Remember this. Consider movement. Many men hug stiffly, arms rigid, hands fixed, safe but forgettable. Yet even the smallest intentional motion can change everything. As you pull away, letting your hand glide slowly across her upper back or shoulder blade feels purposeful. It signals confidence. A slow slide of the hand doesn't feel accidental. It feels chosen. That subtle motion shifts the hug from ordinary to charged. Because it's understated, she'll replay it, wondering whether it meant something more. Here is the rule: don't be creepy. As you release her, allow your hand to move gently and deliberately across her shoulder or back. That lingering touch creates a sensation that seems to remain even after you've stepped away. Every woman is drawn to a balance of strength and gentleness, though many men lean too far in one direction. If you're overly soft, it can come across as insecurity. If you're overly forceful, it can feel like you're trying too hard. The real impact comes from blending both qualities, creating an embrace that feels safe yet intimate. A confident arm around her back signals protection and steadiness. At the same time, a lighter touch, resting on her shoulder or gently moving across her upper back, adds warmth and affection. Together, those elements communicate that you're strong enough to provide security, yet gentle enough to offer care. That contrast is what makes the moment memorable. The key is to combine energies. Hold her with one arm that feels grounded and secure, while the other hand moves with subtle softness. That interplay creates a quiet tension her body feels but can't quite resolve, and tension is what keeps anticipation alive. What truly shifts the dynamic isn't how long you hold her, but how you release. Let go before she expects it. Ending the hug while she still wants it leaves a lingering sensation. It's that slight sense of incompleteness that makes the experience echo in her mind. People often desire what isn't fully given. If everything is offered at once, it's pleasant, but it doesn't linger. When you pull away just a little sooner than she would, you leave space for curiosity. She replays the moment, wondering what you felt and why you stepped back when you did. Make it a habit to end the hug first, not abruptly or coldly, but with quiet confidence. Step back as if you're comfortable setting the pace. That small act of restraint subtly communicates control and self-assurance, and that's what keeps the memory alive. Many men undercut the connection right after they let go, by looking away, checking their phone, or breaking the moment with awkwardness. Instead, Release her and hold eye contact for just a heartbeat longer than usual. Not intensely, not confrontationally, just steady and calm. That brief pause makes it feel as though the connection hasn't quite ended. Eye contact deepens intimacy. When it follows touch, it heightens the emotional charge. A lingering look after a hug invites unspoken questions and leaves space for imagination. So don't rush to dissolve the tension. After you step back, meet her gaze for 1 second longer than feels ordinary. Let her be the one to break it. That subtle extension will stay with her far longer than anything you could have said. In the end, it's never only about the hug itself. It's about the presence behind it, the restraint, the confidence, and the steady energy that turn a simple gesture into something unforgettable. When you draw her in slowly rather than abruptly, when your touch is calm and intentional, when you pause just a beat longer than expected, when you allow silence to build anticipation, when you combine firmness with tenderness, and when you release before she's ready, you create a lasting impression that keeps the moment replaying in her mind.